Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we are in Houston for Game 3 of this World Series. The first two games have not gone well. We're down 0-2 and on the road. Boy, it seems like a real steep hill to climb, but you know, baseball doesn't run on a clock. It's not over till the last out, so here's our chance to start making a comeback. Houston takes the field. We'll see what their lineup looks like with the DH in it. Actually, looks exactly the same, just Ryan Church is their DH. Which, obviously, it's working, so what can I say? Oh, Brandon Backey, if I remember right, on the mound. And here will come Kester to start things off. If you didn't catch it, our lineup is basically the same. The one change is Sweeney will come in to play third and Chief will DH. Sweeney will bat eighth in the lineup, Joey down in ninth. Otherwise, it's just the same. Kester pops up to Tejada. One away, here's Marvin, who has been better as of late. Though nobody was great last game. We lost, if you didn't see, we lost game 2 1-0. The one run was scored on a wild pitch in the first inning. And nobody managed to score after that. So Marvin with a 3-1 count. He is batting left-handed. Swings and misses to make it a full count. Swing and a miss again. Strike 3. Here is Chief. He hasn't been bad, but he was definitely hotter at the start of the playoffs. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Lines this one right over by the first base dugout, which I think is the Houston dugout here. Not 100% sure of that. Oh, by the on-deck batter, it looks like that's the case. Wigginton makes the catch on that pop-up, and we will go to the bottom half of the inning. Looks like Ryan Church is going to bat second instead of Matsui with the DH lineup. And there you see the change that I talked about. Sweeney actually in the field. Graves is going to pitch this game. And here is Hunter Pence. Graves will start him off with a changeup for a strike. Another high fastball for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here's Ryan Church. He has gotten into a couple games as a pinch hitter or pitch runner and in the field. I think this might be his first at-bat in this series, though. Guess I got the score sheets right over here. He strikes out. Let's see. Church, yeah, he was just straight a pinch runner in last game. Yeah, he came in the game as a defensive change late, but did not get an at-bat in game 1. Joe Mauer has been good, though he strikes out in this at-bat, and we will move on to the second inning. A lot of zeros to start the game, and Terry's going to start things off for the Squirrels in the second. He pops first pitch into left. Will Carlos... Oh, no, actually, it's going to float out to him. I didn't think Terry got quite as much of that. I forget it's a very short left field here. So here's Frank. He has not been great. You know, I probably really ought to be starting Quinton over him at this point, but, you know, he's the horse that's got us here 5 years in a row, and now we're here year 6, still in the World Series. So at some point you owe him some loyalty, I guess. Grounds this one to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. Here comes Tom. kind of like Chief, he started off the playoffs a lot hotter than he is now. He's not been bad, but not as hot as he was against, like, the Phillies. He will strike out looking in this at-bat and will go to the bottom of the third. Still a whole lot of zeros, and here's Carlos Lee, hero of Game 1. But he actually came out early in Game 2 after Gomez hurt himself sliding back into first. But he had all 3 RBIs in Game 1 for Houston, which again was a 3-2 win. Including had a 2-run homer first. He's got a 1-2 count in this at-bat. He will strike out swinging. 1 away. Here's Ty Wigginton. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss makes it 0-2. He will line this curveball right to Sweeney for the second out of the inning. Here is Lance Berkman. He's going to bat right-handed. Berkman started off this series with 2 hits in a row, and I'm not sure he's been on base since. That's not going to do it either. Ground ball to second. So that'll end the second inning. Still all zeros. Zach is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. First pitch, a bit outside. Hits this one right up the middle. Good diving catch by Matsui, and he will get it to first in time. Good defensive play there. Unfortunately for us, here is Sweeney. Not his first at-bat of the series. Though I don't know that he's got a hit in this series. He's had a couple clutch hits, but in general, he's not done a lot. He'll strike out. We go to Joey in the 9-hole. First pitch, called strike 1. That will be the first hit of the ball game, a shot into right field by Joey. First base runner of the game for either side. Kester popped out in his first at-bat as they check over on Joey, who had better not be going. Ground ball foul down the third base side. Ground ball fair right over third base. Throw to first. Kester can't beat it out. So we're still scoreless, though we now have a base runner in the game. We go to the bottom of the third, where Miguel Tejada will lead things off. Graves throws a fastball right down the middle. Tejada let it go. Pops up a changeup right in front of the plate. Tom makes the grab. Here is Kaz Matsui. He's not been great in this series, but he has been timely, I would say. He's got a 0-2 count in this at-bat. He will go down swinging. Here is Carlos Gomez in the 9-hole. So I was a little unsure if he would actually end up playing in this game. He hurt himself in Game 2. He came out of the game kind of early. I do wonder if having the travel day helped. He's got an 0-2 count in this at-bat, and he will ground this one to second, and that will end the third inning. We go to the fourth. Still no score. No sniff of a run, honestly. Marvin's going to lead it off for Indianapolis. Marvin struck out in his first at-bat, 1 of 3 back he had the first time through the Squirrels order. Starts Marvin off with the curveball for a strike. Changeup gets a swing and a miss. This one bounces in. Marvin let it go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Chief. Popped out to third in his first at-bat. He swings and misses at a curveball. Another swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Was not close on any of those. Terry flew out to left. I guess technically deep left is about as deep as it goes here. It wasn't a hard hit ball though. Carlos Lee didn't have any real trouble with it. It's got an 0-2 count in this at bat, and I've got a bit of a sinking feeling with how our offense is going. Ground ball to second, and that will be that. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless. Houston back at the top of their order. Graves struck out 5 the first time through the Astros order, and Pence was one of those. He will look at a strike to open this at bat. Ooh, didn't get the call on that one. It looked pretty good. Curveball gets a fly ball towards third base. Sweeney just runs out of room. It just barely makes the seats. Just out of his reach. This is actually, that's going to be the first Astros base hit. I thought Joey would have a play on that, but he did not. First base runner, and here is Ryan Church, who also struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. And misses outside. Changeup gets a swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Called strike 3 on a high slider. One down. Here's Joe Mauer, who also struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. I guess I hadn't realized that Graves struck out the side the first time up. Mauer fouls that one off down the left field side. Makes it 0-2. Changeup also fouled away. Curveball gets a ground ball to second, and actually double play. Kester tagged out the runner before going to first to end the inning. We are still scoreless, only 1 hit apiece for the teams. Frank is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 5th. I was talking bad about Frank earlier. I should maybe lay off a little bit. He drew a walk and got a hit in his last 2 at-bats in the last game. He's got a 1-1 count here. That one outside as well, 2-1. That one's too low. It's 3-1. There's a called strike. It's a full count to lead off the inning. And too high. Frank draws another walk. Here is Tom, who struck out looking. His first at-bat and looks at a strike there. Ground ball to third, and I don't think it's going to be a double play. In fact, they don't even get a throw off to first. It was pretty close at second, all said and done. Wigginton's the one to pick it up. And Frank, he was definitely out, but it was a closer play than you might expect. So that'll bring Zach to the plate, 1-on-1 out. And that curveball will miss outside. Swings and misses on a fastball. Swings and misses at a curveball, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away, here's Sweeney. Struck out in his first at-bat. Popped it up back. He's going to field it himself just off the back of the rubber, not even off the back of the mound. And that'll end the inning. Still no scores. We go to the bottom of the 5th, where Carlos Lee will lead it off. Lee also struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at a strike. Looks at another strike. And he will go down swinging. 1 away. Here comes Wigginton, who lined out to Joey. No, it was Sweeney. He lined out to. First pitch was inside. Second pitch, a changeup nowhere close. Yeah, you got a lot of that. It's going to stay in the park, though, and Frank will make the catch. So any ball hit to left, you got to get a little worried about. Here's Lance Berkman. 2 away, nobody on. A little pop-up that Terry will grab, and that will end the inning. We'll move on to the 6th. Still a whole lot of zeros up there. Joey's going to lead it off for the Squirrels. Joey has the lone hit today for the Squirrels. That pitch down and in. That pitch low as well. There's a strike on the outer half. Don't blame Joey for taking it, though. Pretty similar pitch. Now it's a 2-2 count. Ground ball, foul. Still 2-2. And that's a line drive over Wigginton's head and into left for another base hit. 2 hits on the day for the Squirrels, and they both belong to Joey. Kester showing bunt. Not a bad idea. And it will be a pretty good one. He's tagged out, but it does move the runner into scoring position for Marvin. 1 away. First pitch called a strike. Talk to mommy. Whatever she says. Marvin with a 1-2 count. He will strike out swinging. That's unfortunate. 2 away. Chief is going to probably need a base hit if we want to get this first run of the game. He swings and misses at a changeup. Chief has not made any contact at all today. Does here. Will it get down for a hit? It will. It's just out of Carlos Lee's reach, and the Squirrels take their first lead of this series. We tied it at 2 back in game 1, but never led, and obviously it was 1-0 yesterday, so we never led then either. So finally, the Squirrels with a timely hit take a lead. Terry at the plate with a chance to extend it, and this will be fair. It will be the second run of the day for the Squirrels on an RBI double. Back-to-back RBI doubles. And it looks like that's going to be it for Backey. Here comes Romero. We have not seen him yet this series. He is going to start off his day against Frank, who drew a walk in his last at-bat. Chance to add on even more. And he hits a ground ball. Terry is going to try to score. Here comes the throw home. Terry's in there. It's 3-0 Squirrels. So an RBI single for Frank. This is starting to look like the Squirrels team we saw all year. Tom looks at strike 1. Pops this one foul. 0-2. So I'm just outside. Swing and a miss. Frank had taken off, but it did not matter because that was the last out of the inning. Squirrels score 3 to take a 3-0 lead. Miguel Tejada is going to lead things off for the Astros in the bottom half of the 6th. See what kind of answer they can come up with. Graves, he has given up a hit, but he has faced the minimum because there was a double play right after that hit. Scott Tejada at a 1-1 count. Tejada was not that hit either. He popped out. I don't remember to who, though. Hits this one towards Terry, who's able to grab it in foul ground on the fly. 1 away. Here's Matsui. He struck out in his first at-bat. Graves throws in strike 1. This pitched a bit outside, 1-1. Ground ball to third. Sweeney will take care of that. 2 down. Here is Carlos Gonzalez, or Gomez, sorry. Wrong G name. Carlos Gomez. He ground out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Ground ball. Joey will throw over to first. All right, we go to the 7th. Zach's going to lead it off, and the Squirrels still ahead, 3-0. Zach 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout, and he will watch that slider down into the dirt. Fouls this one away over by the first base dugout. I guess I could say the Astros dugout. And this is not going to get down. Tejada makes the catch. Good play out there. Here's Sweeney. He is also 0 for 2. So he looks at strike 1. That pitch down and away. contemplating making some defensive changes here to get a ground ball to third. 2 down. Here's Joey, who has 2 hits today. Finally got things going. He sparked the rally last inning as he looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss and make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I don't know if this is advised or not, but I think I'm going to empty my bench with the defensive changes. 7th inning stretch, 3-0 Squirrels. Hunter Pence on the other side. As soon as it lets me pause here we go. The volume finally set where I want it. Let's get a little crazy. We got a lead. Jones will come in and pitch for at least an inning. Let's just get everybody in. Make sure they all get a chance in the World Series. All right. We got the defensive lineup in here. All right, first pitch from Jones, put into right field, but Zach will make the catch. Here's Ryan Church. He struck out twice today. Fouls off the first pitch. Ow, just hit my knee. That didn't feel good. Called strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the breaking ball. Jones looking sharp so far. Mauer has struck out and hit into a double play as he looks at strike 1. Up the middle, that will get through for a base hit. 1 on with 2 outs, and here's Carlos Lee, who struck out in both at-bats today. So, let's say, a little nervous with him at the plate. Pops this one up. Joey is waiting for it. He's going to wait a long time, but he does make the catch. So here we go into the 8th inning, and Phil is going to lead things off. His first at-bat of this series. I think everybody, well, yeah, because we had a couple just marathon games. Everybody's gotten playoff experience, but first time this year in the World Series for Phil as he looks at ball 1. This one just inside for ball 2. There's a called strike. Too low, it's 3-1. And he will draw a walk. Leadoff man aboard. Here comes Miyake. Got the lefty-righty matchup that you'd want. First pitch catches the outside corner. This one misses outside as well. This is pulled foul. Well hit, but pulled too far. It's a ground ball, just foul. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Here's Chief. He got the double to score the first run last inning. Takes ball 1. This is over the inside corner. That one sails a bit on Romero. 2-1. Line drive, but foul. Well, more of a ground ball. Either way, it was pulled too far, foul. Up the middle, this looks like a double play ball. And it is 4-6-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, though. Squirrels still leading 3-0, and they will start off with Ty Wigginton at the plate. For the first time this series, we get to go into our normal 8th and hopefully 9th inning rotation. So here comes Hermida in to do his setup inning. right, Wigginton 0 for 2, credited with a line out and a fly out as he looks at strike one on the curve. This one too far outside. Throws it again and bounces it in. 2-1. There's a high fastball called strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down, here's Lance Berkman. His first at-bat from the left-hand side today. Looks at strike one. And Berkman, like Marvin, much better from the left-hand side. It's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Swings and misses at a changeup. I think he wanted to check his swing and couldn't. Looks at strike three. 2 away. Here comes Miguel Tejada. Also 0 for 2 on the day. Ground ball, that will be a base hit, I think. The third base hit of the day for the Astros. Here's Kaz Matsui. First pitch just outside. Curveball for strike two. This is into center field, and that will get down for a base hit. The Astros finally showing some life. Carlos Gomez 0 for, well, I think he is 0 for 2, but I was meaning to say 2 on, 2 out. It's got a 1-1 count in this at bat. Towards third, but it's foul. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Hermida gave up a couple hits, but no runs. We move into the 9th inning. Terry's going to lead things off for the Squirrels. They're up 3-0. We'll also see Martinez make his World Series debut at the plate today for this year. Say, the whole roster has played in 5 World Series before this, so they've all gotten chances, but first one this year. Terry with an 0-2 count. He also had an RBI double in his last at-bat. He will foul this one away. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down, here's Quinton. He was a hero in the last series when he got the walk-off home run in the 17th inning. Has had some pretty big hits besides, but that one springs to mind. Against the Dodgers. Strikes out in this at-bat. 2 down, here's Martinez. He'll look at strike one. Ground ball, Romero will field it himself, and that will bring us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Astros at the top of their order. They need 3 runs to stay alive. The hit's now more even, 5-4. Here comes Shibuya to do his thing. First time we've gotten to see him in this World Series, as kind of mentioned before. All right, Pence 1 for 3. He got the base hit and then was doubled off. Hits a ground ball here to Joey. 1 away. Here is Ryan Church. He struck out in all 3 at-bats so far today, which is not what you want out of your DH. He will look at ball 1. That one's called a strike. Ground ball to second. Phil takes care of that. Astros down to their last out. Right now it's in the form of Joe Mauer, who did get a hit in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Swings and misses for strike 2. Ooh, doesn't get the call. It probably was the right one, but hit toward... Oh, no, that's actually going to get through the right side of the infield. I thought Terry might have a play on it, but it is a base hit. We're going to get a pinch something here. Pinch hitter, actually, for Carlos Lee. Here comes Akari, who we saw... He's been in both games, but we saw more of him last game because of the injury. Puts a fly ball into left. Quinton's waiting on it, and that will end the ball game. The Squirrels finally bounce back a bit. They win today's game 3-0. That will make the series 2-1, still in favor of the Astros. But that looks more like the game that the Squirrels have played all year. Take a look at some highlights. Start 6th inning when the scoring started, which I suppose makes sense. Back-to-back doubles to, in this series, break the game open 2-0, and then Frank pushed it even further. Now finally, the middle of the order looking like the middle of the order. Well, some of that was good base running by Terry. All right, Chief's going to be your player of the game for knocking in that first run. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow with Game 4. We'll see you then.